Hi, I'm Vicky Ross. I work with business owners, executives, senior management, and their teams on how to create better business. So I teach people not only skills like communication, influence, persuasion, presentations, I also work with them on a personal level and help them overcome whatever is stopping them from creating the life that they want and living life on their terms. Now, I wrote a book that's called Get Clarity. It's a free ebook downloadable. The link is at the bottom. If you haven't already downloaded it, please go and do so and read it. It's really, really good. Now, the first video I talked about chapter 1, which was about this power of self-awareness. The second chapter is about who are you? In other words, getting to know who you are and understanding your identity. And in the third chapter, I talk about values and beliefs because they are so important. So I'm sure most of you have heard about the fact that perception is very unique to each individual. Sometimes when I say this to people, they go, yep, I've heard of that, but it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense and I don't understand. So the explanation that I will normally give is the example of two people go to a party. The party is the same music, lots of people, noise, all that kind of stuff. The one person will say, wow, that was a great party. I absolutely loved it. Can't wait for the next one. The other person goes, oh, if there was another one, don't bother inviting me. I am definitely not going there. Ever seen that kind of thing happen in life? Or for the same token, two people go on holiday to the same destination, the weather's the same, the food's the same, the sea's the same. The one person absolutely loved it and will go back, and another person will never return in their life. So it is to do with the way we perceive things. So when I explain that, people go, yeah, now I get it. Yeah, it's absolutely, yep, it's true. And it has been scientifically proven that our perception is unique to us. There's a crazy part about that whole amazing fact. And in my classes, most people don't know what it is. So I'm going to give it to you. The crazy part about that statement, that perception is unique to ourselves, is that we all believe that our version, our perception, is the right one. And that is why we fight. This is why you have wars. This is why people split up. This is why there's arguments. It's because what people are doing, especially when they live an unconscious and therefore a reactive life, what they're actually trying to do is bring their perception to the other person and saying things like, no, you're wrong. This is how it is. Because from their world, that's what's right. And the other person is going, no. This is not how it is. You don't understand. This is how it is. And they're trying to now put their perception on. The truth of the matter is, both of them are right. Because everybody has their own sort of perception. So out of their perception of life, they're both right. The question comes in, well, what about in business? You can't just let everybody be right and everybody does their own thing. So of course there are standards and there are things that we need to follow. But when we have a perception that what I'm doing is the right thing, we don't understand why somebody else doesn't agree with us. So the way you tackle it is by learning to, number one, listen, to step out of your world and step into the place of I know nothing. And therefore I can listen very, very objectively and start to understand their point of view. Now their point of view may not necessarily be right. But unless you can understand where they're coming from, if you just attack it back, it's an attack, which is not going to make them feel very good. So where does this perception come from? It comes from our values and beliefs. So values is like your rule book. Your values will determine how you see things. If somebody has similar values to you, you're going to think they're actually quite cool. Because they will agree with a lot of things and their perception of life will be similar to yours. And you know that whole thing of birds of a feather flock together, the natural way of building rapport is because people have got similar values and similar perceptions to life. And therefore, when you meet that person, unconsciously, you're scanning them. And then unconsciously, you'll click with them because you've got a lot of common ground. And therefore, you're going to think this person is really, really great. For the same token, when the values are mismatched, this is where we kind of look at this person and go, something wrong with him. but I don't know what it is. I just don't like them. I don't like the way they see things. I don't like their kind of arguments, or I don't like their logic. There will be something inside of you that you'll think, I don't like them. It can even go as far as like, what's wrong with them? It's like something's not right with them. And it's just a natural thing that we feel. But the only thing that's really going on is that they have different rules to you about what life is and different values. So it's really interesting to explore what your values are. I mean, sometimes in class, if we've got time, what I'll do is I'll get people to write, we'll sort of sort out values, and then I'll get people to put their top 5 in the order of importance, like what's the most important value, what's the second, third, fourth, and all that. And then I'll put it up on the board, and I can actually give you a character of this person is like this and they're like that, just by the way that their values are organized. And then when I say, who's this person and am I right? And I go, oh my goodness, it was like you're like my mother, you know me so well. And it's not that I'm their mother, it's just about how this actually arranges everything and the characteristics that it brings out. So it's really fascinating. So in the chapter 3, there's like a whole lot of questions that you can ask yourself, reflect, because it will help you understand who you are, what you like, what your tolerances are. So think about it. Chapter 1, power of self-awareness. I start to bring in all those things about self-awareness. Then we go to chapter 2 and I talk about who are you. And in chapter 3, we talk about, your perceptions and your values and your belief systems. By the time you get to chapter 4 is all about a quiz. In that quiz, you'll be able to work out how satisfied you are in your business or in your job, and if not, what is possibly going wrong and what you can possibly do to fix it. So if you haven't downloaded the book and read the chapters and done the exercises, go ahead, the link is below. I'll be posting a lot more management videos, all about communication, listening skills, tonality, persuasion, all the things that I do when I work with business owners and managers. So if you want to be part of that, and if you want to not miss out, just make sure you subscribe to my channel, press the little bell so that you get the notifications for when I've posted something new. Like the video, share it with somebody that can make use of it, and pass me a comment because I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the future.